For many children, the first day of school marks their first venture alone into the world. For most American children, that school is nearby. But for a few children, there is boarding school, far away from home, except for one group of students in Washington, D.C. For them, boarding school is a different world, right inside their own neighborhood.
I'm hoping I get picked.
We currently have received, for every slot, 3 applications. And that's why we're here tonight.
It is lottery night at the Seed Public Charter School in Washington, D.C., the nation's only inner-city public boarding school.
I believe God's gonna bless us.
But only about 40 of these children will be chosen to join Seed's incoming class. Located in southeast D.C., in one of the city's poorest areas, Seed was founded in 1998.
First of all, I say welcome back. Hope we have a real good year this year.
It is a bold experiment, a rigorous college prep school which aggressively recruits kids from chaotic homes, failing schools, and tough neighborhoods. Kids like Frank Gunn, who lives in one of D.C.'s most notorious housing projects.
The things that happen around where I live at, it's just bad things that keep going on. I feel like it's holding me back a little bit, knowing that I'm surrounded by a bad environment. So I just wanted to be away from it.
Hello, Robert. Let me speak to Mom.
Seed was made for kids like Chantel Featherson. In her old school, she says, kids were hounded for being smart, or even wanting to be.
If you make good grades, you're a teacher's pet, and you bow down to your teachers, kiss your teacher's feet, and all this other stuff. You're a geek.
And Seed is for Tyrell Beckham, a 10th grader who arrived at least 3 years behind grade level, more interested in the nearest street corner than college.
When you're not really interested in school, there's a lot of things you could probably get into. I still went to school every day, but I wasn't really interested.
We think that the boarding component is absolutely critical to what we do.
Hi, I'm fine, how are you? How you doing? Hi there, how are
Eric
you?
Adler and Rajiv Vinakota founded Seed on a core belief that motivated students,
They carry on to the...
even average students from the most deprived backgrounds, can succeed and go to college if given the right tools.
Hypnotized, he was to say.
3 meals a day, a safe place to live and study,
If I were to draw federalism, how would I draw it on this board?
high academic standards, and most important, immersion in an environment that rewards success.
12, exactly.
There's a question that really is at stake that says, as a society, A, are we doing everything that's necessary to be able to help our children? And B, what is it that, what is defined by everything necessary? And if 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, a 10-month-a-year program isn't it, what is it? Where else do we go?
I think every educator has a day when they wish their children did not have to go home.
Room inspections, beds made up, come on.
Seed Administrator Leslie Poole.
They're boarding.
Okay.
We have an opportunity to provide additional support for our students. We have them 24 hours a day.
Okay, well, obviously if the experiment fails, that'll be a problem, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Seed has 154 students, grades 7 through 10. They'll add a grade each year until there are 300 students, up through 12th grade.
It's incredible. It's real interesting. You wake up and you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Math teacher Dan Rubenstein left a prestigious private school to teach at Seed.
It'll be -7, and then you have to do something going the other way. Many of the assumptions they have about school are not the ones that I have. Every once in a while, I'll have a kid who comes in and says, I can't believe we're doing math today. And I'm thinking, well, this is math class.
I can't believe I had that scarf when I was 7.
The elementary school that he was going to at the time was not teaching him anything at all. They were just passing him. It was just like every day I was praying for something to come to help him, to save him, because I saw him drowning.
I wasn't really interested in school at all in 6th grade. I had nothing to lose, so that's why I said it's worth a try. It made me look back on how I was, and it's like, dang, I used to be real different before I came to school. When I wash all my uniforms, I just hang them all up different days of the week. When you get your shirt, you have to iron it 2 shirts just in case my shirts get messed up. I usually go over my shirts again in the morning.
Where he's coming from and where he is now has been a tremendous journey. Where he still needs to go is pretty far. Do I think Tyrell is working at the 9th grade level? No. Do I have a lot of hope for Tyrell? Yeah.
Okay, I think that's right.
Mr. Ruperson, I think I got it now.
Okay, that's good.
Yep, I did it right.
Try the next one.
I see how some people suffer and don't have a good life when they don't go to college.
All right, so we looked at Chantel's here. She subtracted.
I don't want my life to be hard when I could just simply go to college and get a good education and become what I want to become.
Because a negative times a positive equals a negative.
Right.
What 10th grader Chantel Featherson wants to become is a pediatrician, but that goal is only part of her battle.
Chantel really thinks that she doesn't do well here, she'll just end up back in the community accomplishing nothing. To be a teenage mother, to be strung out, to be a high school dropout, I think she has seen that, very close and up front. And I think she doesn't want it for her life.
Where are you going to be this summer?
You know your mom is sick. I gotta ride outside.
Oh no, you look sick.
When did you first realize that your mom had a drug problem?
Well, it was actually like when I was 10.
So how did you know something was wrong?
She used to leave all the time.
Do you think that's when you became so responsible?
Yes. I had to be responsible anyway because I used to have to take care of myself, so like fix my own food and bathe myself.
Frida said she can't do it unless you do it tight, and so I don't want
Yeah,
it too
because
much.
she just started.
Because my hair came out right here.
So did mine.
Yeah.
Now mine just chip off because stress.
Oh, what are you stressed out about?
You don't understand. You're a mom.
Even though her mother, Teresa Henderson, says she's clean now, Chantel worries constantly that she will relapse.
I think Chantel tends to carry the burden of how well her family is doing on her shoulders.
What are you doing? Oh, okay.
For me, it's like, I know I can go far with an education and not be in the same place for the rest of my life, because I want to move out this place and put my mother somewhere good and the rest of my family.
Is that a big dream of yours, to take your mom someplace nice?
You get jacked down to that boathouse and you get...
Frank Gunn's mother, Cheryl, is central to his hopes as well as his fears.
The drugs, and there were shootings. My kid deserves better than this, and if it takes them to go to a boarding school like Seed, that's where they need to go.
You said that you really wanted to get away from home, from the neighborhood, but then when you got to school, you were worried about leaving home. Why is that?
Because I don't really like my mother being home by herself. It's just like my brother had passed, and I know she worried.
His older brother died, and it just hurt Frank to leave his mother at home.
Christopher was in an automobile accident, and he passed away. Frank was holding him when he passed away.
Frank is a young man in the family. Will he stay and take care of his mother? Should he be working? Should he be there helping out? Should he be there to protect his mother?
At one time, he did say he didn't want to go back. But I said, no, you know, Chris, we want you to go back to school. We want you to get an education too, you know. So we talked about it for a little while, and he decided to go back.
Both Frank and Chantel insist they would never have gone to Seed if it meant moving far away.
I don't want to leave my family. I just don't want to.
You don't want to be too far away?
No.
But do you ever think that maybe if you went farther away, maybe you wouldn't have to worry about them so much?
No, I think I'd really worry if I went farther away.
Are you sorry that summer's over?
Yeah.
Why locate the school right in the neighborhood that you're actually trying to get these kids away from?
The only way that we can really help these children is by making sure that we teach them that where they come from has a lot of valuable things, as well as some things that need to be changed.
If you remember to smile and have fun, it don't matter whether you can dance or not.
Because they are middle schoolers, the students are coming of age here.
Is kissing considered oral sex?
No. And the staff shares the role of parents.
We ask parents to take a huge leap of faith, to let us have their children. The reality is if they were home, someone at home would braid their hair, wash their hair. I can't imagine that we would have someone else's children and not take care of their needs.
Especially their need to dream.
Majority of the kids here, they want to make A's and they want to come to school. If you share the same dreams, then you help each other work harder to get to those dreams.
Well, hello there. Oh no, you have to do better than that. Hello there. There you go.
Every spring, Leslie Poole heads out into the community, visiting after-school programs, boys and girls clubs, and elementary schools, recruiting students to enter the lottery for SEED.
Because we think that our school is extremely special, and we were looking for some special students to go to our school.
It can be a delicate dance.
But I want you to specifically tell your mom that there's a special school that wants to see her and you, okay? Okay. All righty.
But her mother was not interested and, out of our hearing, expressed outrage at Leslie Poole, both for showing up at her door and for what she thought the visit implied, that any school might raise her child better than she could.
And I think part of it then has to do with the perception of who is the SEED school. Is it some, white entity that is coming in to save the black community? And so I was trying to steal away her daughter so that we could say we had saved one more young, gifted child, in the black community.
Can you not write them so slanted and write them right underneath each other? You're giving me a headache. Good.
Wow, what tutor is that?
You're going to divide by a negative number, so -3.
Tonight, teacher Dan Rubenstein oversees the regular Wednesday night tutoring session.
This isn't the same. Since it's not multiplying.
But one student is missing.
Chantel was supposed to come down. She didn't show up, so I went over to the playground, and she was out there, and she said she had forgotten.
I was outside. First, I took a ride to Target with my pod, and then I came back and went outside.
Did you know that your tutor was there?
Yes.
I said, well, you have tutoring, it's every Wednesday, and she continued to say that she wanted rather go to Target or whatever, and finally I said, I'm not going to fight you anymore.
It is hard as a kid to do always what you're supposed to do because you have temptations to do other things, and sometimes you follow that temptation and get into trouble.
Can you tell me what the top spoon's gonna? Dessert. That's gonna be your dessert. Very good, thank you.
And SEED wants its students to become worldly as well as wise.
You would take the spoon away from you.
One of the things that you teach at the SEED school, along with math and English and social studies, is things like etiquette. What's that all about?
We want them to feel comfortable about their behavior in any given situation.
Oh, yeah. I never been to Times Square before.
We want them to have experienced the world. We want them to have had travel.
I knew that I had a lot of things I was curious about.
We want them to have met celebrities a few times.
If you remember, we talked about Thucydides, the historian.
So, with a grant from the Greek government, SEED even offers students a chance to go to Greece.
There's 8 students that are taken. They participate in classes 2 days a week, and those students
complete the program, and the best performing students in the class are selected to go for those 8 spots.
Tyrell Beckham, the kid who once hated school, now wants desperately to go to Greece. But it's not clear he'll make the cut.
I hope I get chosen. I signed up because I've never been, and it would be a great opportunity to get outside of the country.
We had students who I don't believe ever thought that they would leave the country. A teacher told me that when the Greek program first started, a student very innocently asked, were they going to take a bus?
Today is the day that they get to find out if they're going to go to Greece or not. Any idea why you're here?
I think you're telling me whether or not I get to go to Greece.
What do you think the answer is?
I'm hoping it's yes.
It's yes.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Tyrell Beckham didn't make it.
I really want to go, but that didn't get picked.
But he learned an important lesson from his classmates who did.
I guess, you just have to really just put it forward. You have to really be determined about it. And I guess that's what they did.
I've gone out into the community and talked to parents, and it's all come to this point now.
On this day, Leslie Poole is on one of her final recruiting visits to prospective student Damian Webster and his family.
I can't remember. I'm raising both him and my sister. My sister's 14 and he's 12, and I'm 21.
Damian and Deani Webster's mom, Kim, died in 1998.
Are you eating your cereal?
Deani has been raising and supporting her brother and their sister Diamond ever since.
You sure you don't want to get no cereal, Damien?
Nope. I'm very young, trying to raise them, Well, I'm doing a pretty good job, but just need some extra help.
You seem pretty excited about coming to the school.
Yes. They told me that they help you get ready for college and stuff, and you get to live there and you meet other people.
Leslie Poole recruits aggressively, seeking out kids like Damian, who need what Seed has to offer.
Do you know about how many children will apply this year? Or
I do.
And because Seed gets more applicants than it can accept, the charter school law mandates the lottery.
We may have 20 slots available, and there may be 60 students trying to get into those 20 slots. I always say to families, stick it out. Some parents see it really as a last hope, and they want it so bad. I wish that we had 150 slots available.
I didn't get nervous until at the last minute.
Number 26, number 47, 44.
I was nervous because I thought I wasn't going to get picked. But then I thought about it and I said it was my mother's birthday, so I had a little bit of luck.
Well, he thinks it is because it's her birthday. Yeah, she's probably watching over him.
See you. And so Damian leaves home to join a community.
That's the floor of the room you're on.
A community of children who have set out, destination uncertain, on a journey filled with hope.
Out the hallways, gentlemen, out the hallways. Come on, lights out, I need you in the bed. Shut your door, lights out, lights out. Good night. Let's go, man. Come on. All right, lights out. Good night, good night. Come on, let's go. Inside the bed, gentlemen, inside.